good afternoon, good evening, welcome one and all. Friday night stream, Friday night, it's Friday again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's Friday again. Hello everybody, 7 people on YouTube straight away. Howdy doody everyone. How are you doing all super danly, finey winey? Oh dear me, just having a quick brew to see if I can keep myself awake. I've made the mistake of thinking I've got loads to do, so I'll do an evening stream. Do an evening stream because I've been working. My Twitch is offline because I've been working all day, and then daughter's having a sleepover. So she's upstairs watching something on Netflix, and I thought we'll give it a shot. Doing a evening stream, and made the mistake of having something to eat. That's all right. It's a good bit, right? And now I'm absolutely exhausted. So there we go. Alvesto, good evening, sir. How the devil are you? A lot of people sat around at the moment, so we'll let some. Who's my dog barking at? Oh, she's barking. Somebody's walking outside, other side of the road with a dog. So she's decided she needs to protect me with that. So we oh god, joking, that went down wrong. I've got tons of stuff on, tons of stuff. To give you an idea, what we've got, we're going to do that one, which is an AIO. Next, because that one's got to be done. This one I've done. Dog, shut up. That one's done. That one's done. That one in box is done, and there's one there we might look at on stream if we get time, because that's a really interesting one. It's got a main power rail short on the primary MOSFET. It's strange you're not seeing with business logos on. I know, I was thinking the same, Alvesto. Al Stevo, we'll call him. I was just thinking exactly the same. I've not got him on today, so I thought I put my t-shirt on. It's so warm in this office. This office, bearing in mind it's evening time in the UK. It's 7 o'clock in the evening wherever you guys are, and this office is 32.3 degrees at the moment. It's just absolutely cooking. So I'm sat here in shorts and t-shirt. So there we go. Joe River. Welcome. Well, first time coming on live stream. Oh, that's good. That's good. If you're a long time viewer of the VODs, whatever you want to call them, nice to have you here for the first time as well. Hello. I've done a couple of evening streams. I used to do evening streams quite a lot when I started streaming. I've been streaming not even a year, about 9 months I've been streaming, and we're up to a grand total of 1,620 subscribers. Blows my mind that 1,600 people want to subscribe to me, and I think there's about 110, 120 on Twitch as well. But anyway, nice to have you. I am going to try and start feeding a few more evening streams in, so hopefully we'll be able to catch up. So yeah, going back to these, so much on. So that one's done. There's one there which is done. That one needs doing. One under there needs doing as well. Top one's done now. No, sorry, that needs looking at as well. That's completely dead. Might look at that one as well, because that's a power issue as well. Completely dead. That one, I don't know. That one I can't remember. And then there's 2 on there. One's been done and waiting collection because that was mega urgent, and he needed it doing on Tuesday. So did it Tuesday because it was mega urgent. Then he needed it. And it's obviously Friday today, and it's still sat there. So yeah, it always pleases me. I am doing a data recovery at the moment as well on the PC, so it might be a little bit that. And then in the other room we've got.
And when the doctor said I didn't have worms anymore, that was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph Terry Graf.
In the other room we've got 3 desktops as well. One keeps black screening because obviously Windows 11 doesn't blue screen, it black screens now. And other one keeps, is that cutting out or stuttering? I can't remember. And then there's another one, and I honestly can't remember what's up with that one. So I've just finished an iMac. That's what I just finished just before IMIT. Arnold! Hello, Arnold! Hello. Let's have a look what this is. Another damage of 1400, 900k running for 2 years on bad. Oh no. Is it fried it then, Dreams? Has it killed it altogether? I've had a couple of AM5s because they've got, it's not microcodecs, it's a fault on BIOS, isn't it, where it overvolts them on their thing. And I've had some AM5s below. Some of the 79 and the 98 series AM5 because of that similar issue to what they've got. But AMD will warrant a chip replacement as long as it doesn't show any signs of overheating. Still boots but fails. That's pants. Do you know what the other issue is? I think some of these 14900s or whatever chips are going to be affected. I think they're going to make their way onto used market and people getting their leg lifted a little bit and buying one, and then when it gets sent out saying, well, you must have installed it wrong. That's what's going to happen with some of these, isn't it, as well? It's yeah, not a good place to be at the moment on that. Certainly with cost of everything as well. Crikey too though. But yeah, I say my AM5s I'm having similar things with. So we have I've got some I've been waiting for these. We've got some stuff from AliExpress. I'm not going to show you on stream because I'm going to do an unboxing video, but I've been waiting for them. So we're going to give you a quick glimpse. So we're ready. There's one of them. There's one of them. There's one of them which I've not seen anybody review yet. There is what rattles, which looks a bit like that. Oh, can't tell you what that is. That I've seen a few people with, but not that. There's this as well, which I'm really interested to see how well that works. We have a review coming up of one of those as well. I'm going to do a comparison review. That's the P3, Thermal Master P3. One of those what they've kindly sent me to a review, and I've had this turn up today from Just Inspired Kent as well, which if he does pop in tonight, we will open as well. Apparently there's something in there for Maddie as well, but the one which I'm really excited about, and I'm going to do a proper unboxing and everything else, and I'm only going to give you a very quick sneak peek of this, so you might guess what it is when you see it on camera, certainly if you free frame it. Are we ready? It's going to be very quick. There we go. That's all you're seeing on that. That's all you're seeing. I will show you again, just in case you didn't catch that. There you go. And you can see it back of it as well. There we go. That last one, if you know what it is, you'll see it on that one. But I'm really, really excited about that one. Really excited about that. So we've got quite a few AliExpress things to keep an eye on there as well. So I'm gonna put these there, and we've got everything here ranging from probably $2. Quite a few under $10 in fairness, to I think dearest is about $30, excluding the thermal camera, obviously. So yeah, and the other my other review went live today for everyone to see. Went live Wednesday for the members, and it went live today for everybody else, which was the little preheater. Nobody, if you haven't seen that, please do check it out. Just see if I can find it, because it's it's crazy how small this thing is. I thought I did quite a decent review on it. Just let me show you the picture of how big this thing should be if you've not seen it. Desktop. The desktop is there, and I think it's on here called heater. No, I don't know how I've put it. I had a picture of it, basically an AliExpress picture, and she's holding it next to red, and it looks about this big. And it's that big. But check out the review on it. It surprised me, really did surprise me, for what it cost, which was about £9. So what's that, about $11? about €10 or whatever. It did surprise me how well it worked, and some of the things I did with it as well. It certainly surprised me as well. I'm still no good at solving, so that didn't get any better. But yeah, just close that back down. Missed some chat on there. Thanks. I've been binge watching your preview. Oh, nice to see how similar our job is. Work also from home like you. Jobs coming in, calls from customers all day long. Oh, right. That's nice to hear that other people are in the same boat as me. It's pretty busy. Do you stream yourself, or Joe? Do you stream or not? Or is it just you just kind of lurk around watching? Because that's what I've done for a lot of years. In fairness, kind of worked and done this, and I did try streaming 2 or 3 years ago, probably a bit longer ago, and just quite a lot of negativity and toxicity, and it was just wrong time in my life to kind of put up with it. So yeah, took a back seat, but yeah, started again, and I'm enjoying it. I don't know, were you working from home? Do you have anybody at home with you? I don't know. I'm not asking that as a personal question, but I don't. So one of the reasons I do this is for the interaction as well, because if not, I just end up talking to the dog, and she just lays behind me most of the day saying, Willie, shut up, because I want to go to sleep. You know what dogs are like. So the last one we are going to open, we're going to keep this to one side just in case Justin inspired, because he has kindly sent me a little bit of a care package, and I haven't opened it. It is sat here, so I said I would open it on stream. So if Justin Inspired does make an appearance, we will open that as well, because that's he did say what it might be. So but yeah, we will open that on stream as well if he pops in. Throw that in the bin because don't need that. So it's Saturday tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going camping. The running club that I go to is having a camping thing tonight, tomorrow, and I think Sunday. I don't know, either 2 or 3 nights. So I'm not a camper. I'm not sleeping under a sheet in the wilderness. And peeing in a bucket. It's all right for some, just not my cup of tea at all. So I'm just going to visit them tomorrow. So I'm having tomorrow off on that one. So I thought I'll get some bits done tonight. So we're going to start with this first one. I know what this is having. Oh, he's brought it in. So that is the machine. It's a HP all-in-one. And he's having a hard drive in it. I did one of these the other day and nearly broke the screen. And if you've ever done one of these, you will know exactly where it's going. Yeah, that rare. Evening, Joseph. Hello. Put it in the bin. I would completely agree. I do not like these at all. I have worked on this model quite a lot. I've got a company that I do majority of their IT company for. It's a heating company, and they do solar, and they do all sorts nowadays. You know, heat pumps and everything like that. And they must have about 50 of these in their call centre, because they set the call centre up, and they must have about 50 of these, and probably about the same Macs as well, iMacs. Yeah, so I have worked on quite a lot of, not actually this one, but this generation. So we need to set this apart. I need to put a drive in it. I've had it since Tuesday, and he wanted it back before the weekend. So there we go. Evening, Steve. Hello. Bit of a casual look today for me. Bit of a casual look. So we'll get this one whipped open. Now, there is a plate on the bottom which you need to get into on these. It's not one I can particularly easily show you, but we'll try and show you. So underneath here we've got a plastic cover plate, and once it's dislodged, carefully dislodged that is, we should be able to get into the screws which take the bottom cover off. If it's the same as the others I've done, and it's not looking like it is. Oh, well, this is interesting. This is a different layout to what I've done before. I wonder if that's because that front comes off. That's better. No, that's not better. There's me saying, oh yeah, these are all the same, and this one isn't all the same. I think that front bezel probably comes off first. See if we can get that off. I've got myself a USB tester. Oh, which USB tester did you get? You mean the Tails tester? Is that the one you've grabbed? Or do you mean like a board test for testing the USB cables and so on? Or do you mean like a USB tester for testing PCs? Tredix. Oh, I don't know that one. Let me have a look at that one. Let me have a look and see what that is. Tredix. That is your tester and just not something you've contracted into it. Tredix. USB cable tester. Oh, very nice. Oh. Tredix USB cable tester. Let's have a quick scoot at that. I am a sucker for doing things like that. Ah, so it highlights what it is. Ah, so let's show that on stream. So basically that is the tester. So it looks like it'll identify the cable version. It does meet USB-C, 2 power supplies, and it'll do internal resistance test as well. That's very nice. I presume it's for a specific. Also, it'll do micro, mini, USB-A, Lightning C, and micro B. Normally, hard drive that into higher speed data. Very nice. What can also read E-marker. You'll have to excuse me because I don't know what an E-marker is. What's an E-marker? One of them, isn't it? You only know what you know. And I don't know what an E-marker is. Got you. Let's see if we can get some of these screwdrivers. I've been playing around with this screwdriver for me torque settings, so I don't know whether we're going to get right amount of torque on some of these things. I've knocked it right back down to level 2 out of 5. This has been opened before this because these screws are chewed up and not even put in straight. Please note that was not me. I did one earlier. I felt sorry for the guy. He bought a computer. He bought an AIO, an Acer. I actually thought I'll make a video out of this because I thought that's going to be relatively simple. This, so I started recording, thinking that I'll get a quick VOD out of here because I thought I had a look and I plugged it in. It was doing a power spike where it was turning on and off, and I thought it was the. I quickly put thermal camera on. And they were a tiny, smallest ever capacitor. And I thought, I'll do a quick video on this. Anyway, cut long story short, started recording, put a video on it, and it was a diode which was actually heating up. So I took the diode off, but it weren't the diode. It was the CPU which would end up blowing, tracked it around the board a little bit more, and it was the CPU. So the reason why I kind of felt sorry for him was he bought it 2 weeks ago off a third-party seller on Amazon. In his own admission, he bought it because it was £300 cheaper than anywhere else. There's a date stamp on the back of the case in a black sticker which says 2014, so it's not like they're hiding it, but they've sold it to me as a brand new item, and it's not. So when I've opened it, it's got some work done around the. Probably can't see. I did take a picture of the customer and show him, but it had got some work done around the prior. No, you won't be able to see on that picture, but it had got some work done around the primary MOSFETs around the CPU, and they'd already replaced one of them because it was covered in flux and whatnot. But the customers rung the supplier and they went, "No, we're not doing anything about it." Basically, it was working when it left. So he's spoken to Amazon, and we know where this is going to go in it. Amazon's washed their hands of it and gone, "No, to us," because it's a third-party seller. So he's like 86, this guy, and I said, "Look," I said, "bring it down, let me have a look and let me see what I can do for you." But as I say, it's looking like it's CPU, so I feel a bit sorry for him. I couldn't even get anything repaired on it. It just had when I say a zero ohm short, I mean meter reads 0.002 on my cables. Contact to contact on my probes, and it was reading 0.002 to ground. So you don't come any closer to a 0 ohm short on that. So I rang him and said, "Look, this is what it is," and I would suggest you probably go back through your car dealership if you've paid on your card or something like that, if Amazon aren't prepared to do anything. But Amazon getting terrible for it, absolutely terrible for it. Right, we'll try and get this out now. This is one of them where you got, makes your bum switch when you start taking it out, because you need a lot of these in to get this. I'm just going to grab a handful more and start putting them around the edges. Let's have a read what people's put. I have my family kids and was partnering an IT consultancy firm. Job changed into finance, recruitment, employers, extra. I want to get back to direct contact with customers and solve their problems. What's this for? That's a Twitch one. I will just tell you in 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'll just reply to that one. Yeah, I've worked in finance area as well some years ago as well. I never liked finance. I must say, Joe, I really, really enjoy what I do. Really, and I'm in a fortunate position because I know a lot of people go to work and they don't like what they do. I very much like what I do, and I could not believe my luck when I do it for a living, because I find it enjoyable and very, very easy to do. Just a pity when I was at school, they wouldn't encourage me to do it because I was dyslexic, so that you kind of get pushed to the bottom. So everything I've had to do has been kind of the hard way as well. So there we go. Empiria, I think that's how you pronounce your name on Twitch. This is a HP AIO. We are just removing the screen from to hopefully take it out without breaking it, because they are incredibly tricky to do. And if it breaks the screen, I'm going to cry. So you'll see a grown man, it won't be the first time, reduced to tears if it does go pop. But let's hope it doesn't. Oh, it's be like wrestling an octopus, this bit, to try and get it out. But it is one of these, when it comes out, it just kind of comes out. Oh, you can hear it. There we go. Right. I think for the people who've never done this before, a lot of people would be very hesitant to put so much pressure on your LED screen, because you've really got to give it some flex to get it out, and it always unnerves me when I do it as well. Oh, we've got an SSD in here. We've got an M2 in here as well, so we're going to be replacing that with another one. My mum used to have one of these. Might see if she still has it practice. It's a good one to practice on. I will say, if you are taking the screen out though, like I was just saying, be really careful. Or a lot of AIOs, you take the screen out to get to anything important. Some you don't. Some you can go in from the back, but majority of them are fitted in the front. Some are glued in, some are clipped in. These are just to bit of a pain, because when you're putting them back in, that's where you actually do the real damage, because there's actually a frame on the back of the screen panel that you take out, so you can prise up a little bit as long as you can loosen it, get it out. Putting it back in, you've got to put the pressure on the actual screen side, so that always unnerves me a little bit more than this one. So we'll get the M2 out. So this is a M2 NVMe, which is just sat here. So that looks like it's a code. So look at the size, 256 gigabyte. If it focuses, that's one we're taking out. Single chip design, it's probably overheated, and hence why it's dying. Let's just screen down this. We can plug that back in, actually. I only took that out in case it was attached to the back of the screen. It's not. I'll stick that one back in. So with AliExpress stuff that I was looking at, I'm going to do an AliExpress video where we unbox everything, what's now turned up. So that'll be a quick one, and each one of those then I'll link to the subsequent AliExpress videos of the actual products. I'm going to get the multimeter on screen. So just going to read the channel 6. Is that on? Yeah. Connect. I've had some coffee, so I'll be wired for sound. We used to do karaoke nights on a Friday. We haven't done one of them for a while, have we? Yeah, 3.2 volts. Absolutely fine. Is that battery? Is there a problem? Yeah, it's running. Send it around to me. TFN's on. Hello, TFN. Howdy doody doody doody. Hope you're having a blessed day, DD. I am Exod 365. I'm having a good day. How are you? Yes, Emperor, there is a problem with SSD. It's running like it's back in 1980. It's so slow, and the health is down to something like 67%. So it's having a new SSD. I'm just going to have a look what sizes I've got in stock. Link Hunter, if you are after some RAM, let me know. If I've got any that I have duplicate and you are in the United Kingdom, I'm happy to forward you a stick-on, as long as it's for your own use and you're not just planning on selling it on eBay, like one viewer did. He asked me for some. I sent him some, and he then advertised it on Facebook Marketplace to sell. So I was a little bit annoyed about that, but yeah, try and help where I can with it. What am I looking for? I say SSDs, or M2 should I say. Oh, I don't know what sizes I've got. Yeah, it was. I had a new fan from my laptop. It sucks. I have to pay €3 low value fee. €3 low value. Name and shame. I just banned him from the channel Dreams. I messaged him. I messaged him on Discord, and I just said, because his name was on Discord. It was a different screen name on YouTube, but his name was on Discord. So I messaged him, and I went, and I took a screenshot of it. I says, I've sent you this. I actually sent him some RAM, and I sent him a CPU, a hard drive, sorry, a 1 terabyte NVMe. And I just said to him, I says, I was just looking through Facebook, and I noticed these, same make and model as I've sent you. He said, yeah. I said, well, you said they were for your computer. I'm a bit peed off that they're not. Not that I wanted anything for them, but I felt a bit perturbed, let's say. Is that the right word? I don't know. So he basically just, his attitude completely changed to sticking 2 fingers up at me and everything else. So I said, fine. I said, but I won't send anything else. So it's just a bit annoying, but not everyone's created equally. Not everyone's created equally, are we? So it's just what it is. Your European Union introduced a flat rate for custom duty of €3 on 1st July for small online shopping shipments valued under €150, entering from outside the EU. I didn't know that. Didn't know they didn't do that. I know when we obviously left the EU, which is probably the wrong thing we ever did, we start now paying import tax and VAT on everything, which is crazy. I've got some spare laptop RAM if you want to add to your collection. I've got more laptop RAM than I could possibly ever think of using, but thank you very much for the offer, Emperor. Thank you very, very much for the offer. I know the funny thing, Lincoln, to 150 and more, you pay customs. Yeah, more than the €3. Yeah, they just another way of getting money out of us, isn't it? Right, so have I got another 240GB drive? 256, yeah, that'll do. We've got one there. That is a, what make is this? What we've got in my magic box. I've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 in here. Yeah, what size is that? That's a nice, neat one. That is a 256 Samsung SSD. What? Which was this? These are all new, by the way, just not in retail wrapping. We have 256. So I think we'll use that one. The reason why I'm going to use that one, and I'll show you the difference, is the one which is coming out. And please weigh in on this if you've got any advice on this. That's the one which is coming out, which got a single NAND flash on. No other real significant chips. So that's that's doing everything. The one I'm going to put in is a, I'm trying to look at the brand. I can't even see the brand on here. But it's multi-NAND, and it's got a controller, and it's got everything on it, probably some DRAM as well, I would have thought on here. The reason I'm going to fit that, certainly in an all-in-one, is because the heat build-up. I find that these tend to fail because they get hot, certainly single-chip designs, where multi-chip ones spread it a lot easier, and they just handle the heat so much better because there's more silicon, more everything to disperse the heat. So in all-in-ones, if I am fitting, I tend to fit multi-chip ones rather than single-chip ones. Plus, I've got it in my hand, so that's what we're going to do. Is there a link to Discord? There is in the, I think on, oh, somebody just paid me. Discord link in the description of the channel, I think it is. If you struggle finding it, I can always post it publicly on here. It's not my Discord. I don't have a Discord channel. I use JFixers. I'm a mod on JFixers if you want to join that one, but there should be one in there, Emperor. And I am in that. So if you ever want to contact me, you can contact me on that or numerous other channels that I am in. Is James about? Hello, James. Oh, TFM might be able to post it as well because he's a mod as well. If you are about, which will save me grabbing. I think it's in my Twitch description is the Discord link. And if you buy 3 different things, for example, a T-shirt, a toy, or a mobile covers for $9, you've got to pay €3 in each one. Yeah, it does, and it doesn't split the load. I don't think it's a bit like a RAID configuration where it equally splits and it takes an in turn writing it all. It might do. I'm not going to profess to know that. I just find because there's more chips there, it spreads the heat better. So I am assuming that it does take it kind of sequential and it sends it down 3 lanes to each chip rather than not. And because it's got a separate controller and probably everything else, it's not all in one piece of silicon overheating. Just with the amount of heat these things cook. So that's why I tend to like doing that. But again, personal choice. Personal choice. I find it works for me. If I've got one, I don't always have them, but if I've got one, that's what I tend to do. There we go. Discord. James has put it in there. Thank you, James, for posting that in there. He did put that there. Why does that not come up my joint chat? Can I copy that? Copy current address and see if I can post it into my Twitch chat. Just put this into Twitch chat, which is that one. Paste. No. I was trying to post it into Twitch chat, but I can't post it into Twitch chat. So let me go to Twitch and copy it out of my bio. I know it's in me. I think I put it in my bio anyway. This Discord link. It is there. Oops. I don't know how to do this. Edit. There we go. Right. For Twitch. Done. Post. Paste. Enter. There we go. That's the Discord link to JFix's Discord in Twitch chat. Don't know why it's not come up. Am I still live? Yeah, still live. Don't know. Thank you. Can't see it on your profile. It should be in description rather than profile. You know, it says live PC repairs or whatever. I think it's in there tagged on the end rather than anything else. So I think that's where it is sitting, but that should come through. There are about 400,000 packages coming from China to Denmark every day. Wow. Dropped by half by the new fee. That's, I mean, I must say that they're probably all going to, they're probably going to a distribution centre, wouldn't they, where they do it? But 400,000, I can only imagine what comes to JFix's house. Hey James, did you watch my video about my little heater? I know you commented on it. Did you watch it and see your little hat tip? Did you see what I put halfway through the video, James? I don't know. I thought I might have got a comment on it, but I didn't. I saw mine. It's true though. Stuff like that just wouldn't happen on your streams. Your videos are so polished compared to mine. I am liking this new AI tool though on Canva for creating thumbnails and whatnot. It's working really well. That's the one. Wouldn't see this on JFix's videos. I know. I'd be slapping my head. I had to practice it several times. Got my glasses falling off and everything. I was like Eric Morecambe. My glasses falling off. Doing it. If you've not seen the video, guys, go and have a look at it. It's just on there. But yeah. Anyway, going back to this, we've got the thingy. Let's have a look what RAM he's got. I've slapped my head a bit hard there. And we're even celebrating with Draw Cup tonight as well, James. Get this. Everything's going JFix's way. And congratulations to James. He's a few subscriptions away from 11,000 subscribers. Seems like only 2 minutes where he joined the 4-figure club. That was 4 figures, by the way, not 4 fingers. I'm sure he's got 4 fingers on each hand and a thumb. He cracked the 10,000 subs. What was it, about a month or so ago? 5 weeks ago. He's nearly up to 11,000. It's just amazing, but well we deserved as well. I think everything's okay with that, so I will get the screen rested on. We'll then get the power supply. Ugh. I'm not going to fit the screen fully because it's a pain to take in and out, just in case it's not going to work totally. We'll see if we can get some picture on here. So the backlight plugged in, which plugs in separately. And the very awkward ribbon cable for the thing. So we'll do this one, which is a bit of a, say, boring one, but a bit more run of the mill. This, isn't it? Just with a hard drive. Can't get that in. And then we'll move on to the. We've got a couple of PowerShell ones, so I'll move on to one of the PowerShell laptops, probably the one what's been dropped off today, and then. We'll see what that needs. Then if we've got time, we'll move on to maybe the desktop as well. What's in for diagnostics? What keeps black screen or blue screen as it used to be? Can't get that in. Is that in all the way? I'm not asking you guys. You can't see. Yeah, must be. Oops, nearly dropped it. Nearly dropped it. All right, let's grab, this will be HP, so we'll get this up on screen. Might as well, because we're going to need this. I'll get this plugged in. Dope. Arnold! How the devil are you, Arnold? Well, there is one thing positive about that €3 stuff arrives fast. Oh, that's good. At least because there's 400,000 less a day going through the system. We should have an outtakes video. Them outtakes videos last so much longer. James Emfrey, if you don't know who JFix is, please, James. I don't know that you can post it in Twitch chat. Someone's just asking about yours. There's a couple of creators in at the moment, Emfrey, and I would urge you to have a look them up. Look for JFix, which is JFIXX. He's amazing. TFN Repairs. He's brilliant as well, and I think there was another one in as well. There's just so many people at the moment in stream. So, but yeah, JFix does quite a lot of stuff as well. So I would urge you to do that. Bad hand, evening, my fixing daddy, my PC fixing daddy, making me feel old. Just bought a clothes washer, gave up, turning to fix 11-year-old pass. Has it finally give up the ghost then? Is it give up the ghost or give up the go? Never know. Has it finally given up, Arnold? Because you said you were trying to fix it the other day. And you're waiting for a part to turn up. It needs quite a few things. Are you still not being able to stream TFN because of that? That's not clever. It fills for 15 seconds and stops. Is that the water level sense then, Arnold? What's doing that? That's no good. Nope, on mobile again. Oh no, that is definitely not good. But do you know what, TFN? Do you know when you get back up and running, you'll be surprised how quick they come flooding in. You'll have a spurt, which is long overdue. Long overdue. So to get this little box connected, and then we'll get some power on screen. My power supply booted up. Is that one there? Is that number 6? Turn that on. Boop. And turn my power supply on. Like that. Boot. I did a data recovery today, and I copied it all over to her memory card that she's providing. It's a decent one. It's a SanDisk 128 gig, brand new. I opened packaging myself. Copied it all over. Took 57 gigabytes of storage on a 128 gigabyte thing. No problem at all. Every folder is shown as empty, and I'm like, how does that work? How does that work? Right, so we should have 19 volts, and we are sitting at, don't think we need 7 amps, so we'll just knock that down a bit. Oops. Apply. 5 amps, that'll do. Either water heater coil or a wire. My water heaters, I know it's off the subject of these, dishwasher, it's worse one for water heaters, I find. I've binned 3 dishwashers over the years because water heater just rusts through because food sticks to it. Yeah, because your main line's dead. They need to get some on. In the UK, mine, which is Sky, when I was with EE, if they didn't repair it within 7 days, you would get £25 per day compensation, dated back to day 1. So if it was I don't know, 10 days, for example, you get £250 if it went over the 7 days. MK's done 1,000. Oh, amazing! Rusty Russ has got to be there as well. Rusty Russ must be close to 1,000 subs. Just let me just check, see where Russ is on here. Subscriptions. Rusty Russ. I can never find Russ when I want to find him. And we'll go to there. Russ is at 922 subscriptions. if you are on YouTube or you're on Twitch, please consider just popping over, and if you're not already subscribed to Russ, he is one heck of an amazing creator, a really nice guy as well. He's in America. He streams at decent times for the UK as well, for American market. He does predominantly consoles and things like that. He's a new streamer like me. He's been streaming about 6 months longer than I have, but he really does deserve to get to the 1,000. He produces some amazing content, and that is only for, thank you very much, only for the fact that he's so engaging on stream as well. Really is such a nice guy, such a nice guy. So yeah, pop over and bang him a sub if you've not done it. But thank you very much, Bad and ERP, Bad and ERP. There we go. We'll stick with that. Right, we're going to use my little magic box. Oh, I'll explain what it is if nobody has, or if some people haven't seen this. You know why he does that? Does what? What does he do? TFN. We need to get him to, yeah, we do. We need to get him to 1K because Russ is the best. He's already got me saying it. And again, if you don't watch Russ's stream, he got all the creators, quite a lot of big creators as well. Because obviously, when you put things in chat, creators read it. So he used to put in chat, Russ is the best, and then he'd do a snippet. So when you went onto his channel and put your exclamation thingy bob in, so if I put exclamation PCDD. It comes up with Russ is the best, and he's got a lot of the creators to do it, and I think it's ever so funny. Cracking bit of marketing he's done there. But anyway, he deserves it. He deserves it. What a nice guy. This is our JBUD, I don't know, UD1700. I can never pronounce it. I can't even read proper names, let alone this. It's not only a voltage and amp meter. I mean, I've got it on screen. So if you don't have facility to show it on screen, you can actually use one of these. But what it actually is, you can select it for the make of laptop you've got, or all in one in this case, HP, Dell and Lenovo. And the reason why they're the three important ones, because they have a middle sense pin on the chargers. So HP and Dell and HP, and Lenovo. So you can see it better on the Lenovo one. So they have a middle sense pin which communicates with the computer and tells the computer that it's a genuine charger, and importantly, what size charger it is. And I think some Acers now have it. So on this one, we're going to use HP. So as you can see, we're selecting HP, and on there, we'll select HP up here. It would help if they were written in wattage, so wattage size of chargers like those. These aren't, so I usually go for the second one down, which I believe is a 90 watt. I think 65, 90, maybe 120, 150 and 200. I usually go for that one. It covers most things. So we're going to be using that. You can buy those certainly if you are doing it. Because the reason why you need one of these is because it won't charge the battery. That's why you'd use one of these. Won't necessarily charge the battery up. The outro with all creators saying it is 12 minutes long. Is that what it is? I've never seen that one, TFN. I rarely get a chance to watch YouTube, so I do a lot of things on catch up. I did catch Russ the other night, and I was chatting to him. For some reason, I seem to only catch Russ as I'm going out for a run. I think he did it Sunday morning, something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember the last time he streamed in UK time. So we're just going to see if this will give us a picture, make sure we've not damaged anything. So it's the big one on here. It's the big dark black HP Dell loan there. Okay, so we'll flick that on. So keep an eye up here. Let me figure out where my finger is. Point this way, it'd be easier. So we've got LDO coming on, which is basically standby. You need an LDO, which is voltage to power switch, amongst other things. Because if we didn't have an LDO, which is a 0.120 or 2 watts, when you press the power switch, nothing could happen. So it needs to draw some current to be able to do that. So there's no reason why this shouldn't work, but we will see if we can figure out where on and off button is, which is there. We press the power button, and you can now see it posting on there. So pull, and we have picture. It's telling me we haven't got a keyboard. So we've got a picture. So, and then it's just saying, here's a blue screen. Something's gone wrong. Yeah, we know something's got wrong. So I'll just grab a keyboard and I'll just make sure I can get into, see the hard drive that I've put in, because I don't want to put the screen back in until I've verified they can actually see what I'm asking it to see. Do you see what I see? So we get into the BIOS again. F10 on HPs to get into the BIOS. He's got Tronics fixing it as well. Oh wow, that's a good little kudos one for him as well. He will get back to it as soon as his kids go back to school. Yeah, I think he was saying that he was streaming late at night for himself, so kids were in bed. Yet he was trying to get Lois saying it, but he didn't do it. Oh, Lewis. I read it as Lois. You mean Lewis Rossman, but he didn't do it. We need Alex to go Rusty Russ, better than Factory. That's what we need. We need Northridge Fix. Alex, I know you watch my streams all the time because you like to pick up a few hints and tips, and if not, it is posted almost the same day. So next time you're on stream, can you please say Rusty Russ, better than Factory? And he'll love it. That's what he needs to say. Or we can get Tony going, who cares, Rusty Russ? I don't know. And we can get Uncle Soren going, we have Rusty Russ! Crazy! It's loading the Rusty Russ. There we go. There's coding a few phrases from some other people. So we're not in it. I just want to see if we've got a hard drive detected on here. So we'll go over to security and then boot. And I can't see the thing, but it might need drivers because HP are like this. HP are hideous at not including the correct driver software. So let's stick a memory stick in the back, hang that back over there and do exit, save change and exit. We'll see if we can just get this picture on screen somehow. It should, it'll fail verification because it's got secure boot enabled. So we'll just enroll the key from a disk. We'll enroll Vento. Crikey, that's easy to see without teeth for the dog. And we'll just do that and just do a reboot. Now it should find it. There we go. Here we go. We have Vento. It's going to drag into Windows 11, I think they've asked for. I think it's Windows 11. So we'll just go to install with latest updates and we'll do that. We might need to install, focus, might need to install some drivers because for whatever reason, HP drivers aren't included with Windows. It's nice for them to do that, isn't it? Just turn that light off so I ain't got a shadow and we'll put that one on. So we've got a similar amount of light, but just not direct. I'm just going to stick a mouse in because we'll need a mouse for the next bit. And again, I'm not going to put this together until I've got confirmation that the hard drive is recognised. Oh, that were interesting. Go to that one. And that one. Don't know why this isn't doing it, but I'm sure we'll soon find out. Drink of my Go juice. Cheers, guys. Right, that's interesting. It is failing to load with that. I'm going to swap to a different USB. Sometimes they can be a little bit funny. And not funny, ha, not like it's telling me a joke. Funny, ha, you're awkward little thing. Funny like your toddler at 2 o'clock in the morning coming in and saying, I'm scared. And you say, get back to bed. If not, I'll set the monsters under bed on you. And apparently that's the wrong thing to say. All right, so we'll get back on to see if it'll take Windows off this one. That says boot from CD or DVD. That looks a bit more promising. Yep. I must be reading memory stick this time. Just saw the thumbnail for the stream. Is that a blowtorch? That is a blowtorch. That is a blowtorch. I started using Canva quite a lot because it's really affordable and does a cracking job. So I quickly took a. Somebody said to me, "Make sure you include your face on your thumbnails." I said, "Well, I don't really want to scare everybody and traumatize them." So they said, "No, put your face on your thumbnails." So I started putting my face on my thumbnails. Don't know why. I mean, let's be honest. It's not exactly why everyone tunes in. Not exactly money maker, is it? I just said to AI on Canva, create me a YouTube thumbnail, and it came up with that, and I just thought, it'll do. It'll do. I thought it'll get people coming in, but it is my blowtorch as well. It is my cooking, my flambe blowtorch. I'm wondering why this isn't posting. So I have a couple of the memory sticks configured differently. I might need to reset the BIOS on here. But again, this is just HP being stupid. Of course, we all know it's stupid sometimes. So we'll try a different configuration of memory stick. I think the yellow one will work, so we'll try the red one first, just to say that I've tried them all. I think we'll end up turning secure boot off, and then it'll probably come to life. They've all got the same stuff on. I just duplicate it across multiple sticks, but I change the with and without secure boot, with and without one in fat, one in thingy bob as well. So they are all four actually different. So it's not doing that one either. I do think this will be a secure boot thing where I need to reset it, but we'll just, for argument's sake, we'll just do this, lad. And if that don't work, PCD cooking stream when? I watched another creator. There we go, secure boot. So we'll just get back into F10. I watched another creator who's a Formula 1 creator, and he's done several cooking streams where he puts his head camera on and does a cooking stream for his viewers, and they love it. I mean, he can't cook. Is the type which will burn water sometimes. Hope he's not watching. 6725 6725 6725. But they love it. They love it. But varying the streams, isn't it? Oh, Tigers DZ534. I am very good today. How the diddly devil are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh, and it's working. Look at this, guys. I said I would try 4 memory sticks and one would finally work. There we go. Oh, dear me. I've just nearly spilt Coca-Cola all over, or watered down Coca-Cola. Let's have a quick drink. Should I be a little bit worried that my daughter is having a sleepover and I cannot hear anything? Don't know if I should be a little bit worried or not. So, normally they're jumping around like this. So we're going to go into disk parks. I want to flatten this disk. So Shift F10 to bring this up, and I will bring this on screen. If you don't know what disk part is, I'll show you. D-I-S-K-P-A-R-T. So Shift F10, that brings us into here. We'll do L-I-S-D-I-S-K, which is list disk. This will tell us what disk we have in here. So we've got 2. So we've got the top one, which is disk 0, which is our SSD hard drive. And we've got disk number 1, which on this occasion is my small memory stick. So we're going to tell it to select, which is SEL, D-I-S-K, because you can use 3-letter abbreviations, and we'll say disk 0. It's now telling me that disk 0 is selected. And we're going to do the simple command of clean. And that's going to factory reset, in essence, the disk. It gets rid of all the partitions, all the volume. It kind of gets rid of everything. Then we'll type exit, and we'll go back to this screen here. We'll do, so it had got a volume already created. So we'll do refresh now. Refresh. And it should condense those into 1. There we go. and then we'll let Windows do its business. Oops, clicked on the wrong button myself. We'll click cancel and we just click next at the bottom of the screen. There we go. So there's no fast way of me speeding this up. So whilst this is doing this, we will put the computer back together because we now know it is working. So we will do the perilous job of trying to do this without knocking the memory stick, which is sticking out of its bum. And we'll see if we can get the screen in. I do not like doing these. And we'll get that down there. At least we'll have to see if it cracks. Live on air. Dirt Diggler. You know, I hadn't had any spam calls for the last couple of days. I wonder why that is. I really wonder why that is. I had one call centre keep ringing me and ringing me and ringing me. I think they finally got the message to stop ringing me. So that's good. They've finally got the message. I'm going to put these screws in straight rather than lopsided and wonky like the previous person had done. We don't want to do that, do we? You don't want to do it like that. Can't part there, mate. I caught Andy's stream a little bit earlier. Swindon Electronic Repairs, and they were telling some jokes. And I'm sure one of the jokes was about a firing squad, and I'm sure Andy did get it. I'm sure he did. Did get the joke which was being said, but let's hope he did. I'm sure he did. Better. And JFix, are you on chat still? On your screwdriver, if anybody has one of these little screwdrivers, one of these ES215 screwdrivers, which are amazing. I've swapped mine to Impact from there, just see if I can get along with it. But I'm struggling to find out what torque setting to put it on. I keep swapping between 2 and 3, but I don't know. I'm just not too comfortable with either setting on there. I just wonder what you had yours on. I use max, no speed. Yeah, that's what I'd been using. I'd use max speed with no impact. I'd been using that. But I noticed when Uncle Sorin does it, it sounds like he's got the impact on. Because obviously it works like a clutch rather than impact, in fairness. Which obviously is different, even though it sounds like impact. So I thought I'd just give it a try, but I can't say it's any better. I just didn't like the idea. Sometimes it's my wrist which takes when you're holding it and I'm still struggling to hold it, but when you're holding it, it's your wrist which takes it, rather than that. Obviously, it's the impact of it's the motor itself doing it. You can see screen when I click it down. You can see screen flashing because it pushes on screen, clipping them in. I really don't like it. Really don't like it. But anyway, fortunately they're now all in. Got that back together, 92%. He has steampunk mod gears in it. Holding it. I know. Honestly, I know you said hold it like a pen. I just can't do it. I end up holding it like that and then pressing the button with my finger on top and using my thumb to do it. And I cannot. I am so much quicker with a traditional screwdriver. So much quicker. Neil dropped it on screen. So much quicker with a traditional screwdriver. Certainly when we're spinning around then, and I am forcing myself to use it. So yeah, it's one of those. Right, as soon as this is installed to this, we'll get Snappy Driver, we'll get drivers put on, then I'll shift it over to the other side and we'll get an interesting one put on here to get done. The screwdriver has impact, yeah. I'll show you. while that's restarting. So in the menu here, I think it's that one for menu. So you can tell it. So I've got it on max speed. You can sensitivity for the left and right, because it's one of those that whichever way you twist it is whichever way screwdriver bit will go. Put that back on. And I've got impact on, and then retreat off. I couldn't figure out what that did. Not that one. I couldn't figure out what that did at all. No idea what that does. Battery M, and then restore. So we don't want to do any of them. So, so in essence, when you've got impact on, let me turn it right down. It works like an impact screwdriver. So I can't. I'm not strong enough to stop it. But if I was, it would work like an impact screwdriver. Let me see if I can get some pliers on it. So you can see it. Oh. Right. See, it just, I can't really demonstrate that on there without it being in a screw. So that's probably the wrong thing to do. So let me do this for that. I need to skip that. Skip. A little bit worrying that that data recovery is still doing that. So yeah, it does have impact on it, but yeah, I don't know. I can't get my head around whether I like the impact or not. And screwdriver's gone off now. So I'm gonna leave it on number 3. I'll give it another couple of weeks. If I don't like it, I'll give it away on stream. Something like that. They're a fortune. They're like 130 quid. They're not a cheap screwdriver. Cost £40, right? What's that for? Oh, why is some of this not showing up on my joint chat? It should be. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I've now lost YouTube chat. Oh. Is that YouTube chat? Yeah. Pop out chat. Back over there, you stupid thing. Live chat. There you go. There's a BIOS update. What you mean on HP, or you mean Screwdriver? Screwdriver's got one as well. Someone playing. Oh, well, I've got loads of stuff I'm missing on here. Yeah, no, I'm on. You know well, I don't know if you don't stream, you might not, but on OBS you get a pop out chat which combines both my YouTube and my Twitch chat. Or it should combine both my YouTube and Twitch chat, let's say. So I do apologise if you are talking on Twitch. But it just weren't showing some of the conversation off YouTube on there, which is a bit crazy. So I don't know why. Mine was like 100. Yeah, I think mine was. I ordered it. If you remember at the time, I ordered it, and they said they delivered it 57 meters away from my house. Well, what do? Drop it in somebody else's garden, or post it up a tree or something, and then refuse to give me a refund. So I went back to Card Issuer anyway. I got a refund from Card Issuer and many snotty text messages from the company. So I ordered one off. I think AliExpress I ended up getting it from, or did I get it off Facebook Marketplace? I can't remember. But I got a replacement about 120 quidish. I think the reason why I ordered it from UK is because it was only something like 9 quid cheaper, dearer, sorry, on UK one, and I just thought, yeah, it gives you a little bit better. But it turned out I needed it because it weren't there. Yeah, about 120 quid TFN. I must say, they are good, well-built screwdrivers. They are really, really nice. ES215 or 255s, I think they are. I think that's the type it is. The battery mode is if for deep storage if you're not going. Is that what it is? Right. I understand now. Someone playing snooker for the first time using a cube. Yeah. That's the way I hold it. That's the way I hold it. Oh, I tell you what, really interesting about the if you weren't here when I were explaining about the other one that I did today, which ended up being CPU, which was blown, and it had a short on the board. The motherboard was ticking, you know, like an old-fashioned relay would kick in and out. I could hear that something kicking in and out, and it was obviously power supply shorting and kicking in and out. Really bizarre, really bizarre. And I'm deaf, and I could still hear it ticking. I'm like I'm sat here going, "What's that ticking? There's something ticking." And do you know when you're then trying to pinpoint it, like you can hear a fly? You're giving it one of these. I'm thinking, there's something ticking. I'm picking screwdrivers up. I even picked this up and I'm like, it's not that. Is it my multimeter? I turned it off. Didn't even occur to me what motherboard in laptop until I checked my power supply scale and it's giving it one of these. And I thought, yeah, it's power supply. I had a customer. Oh, that's not very on there. I had a customer here that builds queues to prepare me to prepare a backup laptop with serial port for Windows 98 and attach his software. Wow, Windows 98 nostalgia, yeah, definitely. I did two last week for somebody who needed XP because he's got a CNC machine. I can't remember last time I did a Windows 98 machine. It was for an undertaker, and he still run his database on it of all his clients and everything else. And that were a Windows 98, and he would not upgrade because the software he used, which had all his customer database on, I'll keep an eye on this, which had all his customer database on, the guy had gone out of business decades ago, and he didn't want to go to hassle of converting it all over because he was retiring, was the undertaker. So he says I might as well just stick with that and stay with it, which is what he did. He stayed with that, stuck on it until he retired. But I think I'm sure that was Windows 98. But yeah, I do. I've got a few customers who've got Windows XP machines for different things. I've got a couple what use. I've got one that uses DOS, and he loads them up on a floppy disk. That's for a factory. It's crazy. They brought me the computer, and I've only worked on it once, and it's like not a sawmill, but they do wood and things like that. And I think that's for a big room-size CNC thing. What they do, you know, it's not a small thing. For the impression I get, it's in its own room and everything else. It's huge. And they have this machine, and they put a floppy disk in it, 3.5-inch floppy disk, and they load the software off that. And the computer went down. It was the power supply which had gone in. I swapped the power supply same day for them, and literally the factory comes to a grinding halt without this PC. Cannot do anything without this PC. But it was absolutely covered inside with like 4-inch of like dust, wood dust. It looked like somebody had been cutting inside the PC. It was just absolutely covered everywhere with like MDF or whatever dust it was. And it's times like that you just think, when I've done DIY and I've cut MDF, I've been breathing that in. My lungs would have filtered that. It's a true story. This, I got admitted to hospital probably about 8 years ago or so. I'll tell you when it was. It was COVID. When we were coming out of COVID, I decided to, in COVID, do the living room, and I wanted to strip everything off in the living room, emptied it out, I put a drop ceiling in it, put some LED lights underneath the drop ceiling, and some speakers up there for Atmos, and I flipped the living room, so did that with the living room. Anyway, cut long story short, I wanted to plaster it. So I tried to order plaster. If anybody in COVID tried to order plaster, you couldn't order it. So I thought, oh God, what do I do? So I ended up having to buy filler, polyfiller or whatever it was. So I bought a 25-kilo bag of polyfiller, and I thought, well, if I can't plaster the room because I can't get the plaster, I'm going to have to fill all the holes and then put lining paper on. So I filled all the holes with the understanding that I would fill them proud and then go around and sand them down. Well, there were lots. So I did all that and then went round with sander. Never even considered, bearing in mind it was lockdown for COVID, to put one of my face masks on because we all had face masks. So I did it all without a face mask on, all this sanding. And I remember getting really bad pains in my back and everything like that. I felt like I'd got terrible cramp in my back. And Oh, it was hideous, absolutely hideous. All these pains and whatnot. Anyway, fast forward a couple more hours because I continued in pain and everything, and having to call ambulance. And if anybody had called ambulance in COVID, you'll know what it's like. They all turn up, look like an extra out of ET when they were sending him home in Aut gear and whatnot. And they said, "Oh, what's wrong? Have you got shortness of breath?" I went, "Yeah." "Have you got this?" "Yeah." So they're thinking it's COVID. I said, "Well, I've been doing this DIY." So they listened to me chest and whatnot. And what I'd done, I breathed so much of this plastering, it was actually kind of setting in my chest and in my lungs, and it was making my lungs go hard. So they give me some oxygen and whatnot, and basically told me not to be stupid and do it again. But there was no way of getting it out. It just kind of had to work its way out. And really, really bad cough for about a month afterwards. And this is going to sound so vulgar, guys. I was still coughing polyfiller up a month afterwards. But the white lumps and things like that, because it was still in my lungs. But I'd set my lungs with polyfiller because I was breathing out dusting. And you just doesn't occur to you, does it? So lesson to you, don't breathe polyfiller dusting. I don't know how I got onto that, but there we go. Oh, because she said about Windows 98 and I went off on one, didn't I? Yeah. Second one this year. Let me just read that because I just got distracted. Back onto joint chat, be easy. Second one this year. The first had a customer program in Clipper build for the business in time. Put on his Windows 11 virtual DOS and print fill. Everyone's able to print to his copier. Yeah, I've set up a couple of virtual machines on newer systems. What I found with some of mine was compatibility for hardware that I just could not get the even on virtual machine to recognize some of the hardware in newer laptops or things like that, or just didn't have the right ports, and you had to emulate the port. And some of the kit you bought, like a serial port connector for a USB, and I hoped to put it through, pass through, just didn't work. And then I sometimes say to customers, look, if this goes wrong, you're gonna have to learn how to do it, because you can't be ringing me every 2 minutes. I did a Chinese takeaway for their EPOS and printers, and that was same. That were exactly the same. That was a Windows, I think that was Windows 98. And ended up saying, look, it's probably going to be better if we just buy an old machine and kind of cannibalize it, rather than trying to get it on a new machine and get it all up and running. So that's what we did. I think we spent 40 quid on an old machine on eBay or something like that, and I made a good machine about it pair. But yeah, some of the systems in shops and retail or businesses are just so old. But yeah, they've never kind of thought, well, I need to do it because it works every day. They treat it like a light bulb, don't they? I'll keep turning it on. The day it doesn't turn on, I'll get it repaired, rather than any proactive measures. G2G. Thanks for the stream. How you going? Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done already. Yes, thank you very, very much, TFN. And guys, if you don't know who TFN is, TFN, if you want to post your link to your channel in here, I know he's not streaming at the moment, guys, because he's got internet problems. EG, his internet provider, is shockingly bad, and they haven't cut him off. They've cut the entire street neighbourhood off. It's a massive thing, but please, if you want to pop over and hit the subscribe on TFN for when he comes back online, you will be treated. Ever such a nice guy, nice and chilled stream, does majority of them on consoles and things like that, and odd little other bits. But yeah, please do show your support for TFN as well. Another nice guy who deserves it. Right, guys, we are nearly at doing this, and then we can get this shockingly bad, horrible thing out of the way, because we don't like these. Where did I put the keyboard? Oh, it's over here. It's took longer to actually install Windows than it did to install the hard drive. It's the usual case, isn't it, for Windows? I'm just going to plug these in and then whip the disk out there. So we've got a mouse. This has got now output display, so it will just be kind of staring at the screen. I am only going to run Snappy Drive and then move it out of the way, so we're not going to be sat staring at the screen for too long. So we're going to run Snappy Driver install, which I'll Again, if you watch my streams regularly, you will have seen this numerous times. We'll just move that, and we'll do Shift and delete and enter, and I'll get rid of them. And as soon as Snappy Drive is up and running and installed, we'll get the drivers installed. Then I'll get this shifted to behind. That time already. I've been streaming an hour and a half. What? Didn't realize I've been streaming that long. Time flies when you're having fun. Allow 24. So what Snappy Driver is, again, if you're not 100% with it, what you would normally do is let Windows Update do all its necessary bits and bobs to install drivers, or any missing, you'd then try and figure out what driver it was. Certainly in a custom built PC, it's a bit hard. I mean, all these other HP, but in a custom built PC, you might have to then look at what graphics card it is, or what sound chip it is, or what Ethernet card you've got in, or whatever. I mean, it's a bit more easier nowadays. But historically, you'd then have to go search and find the make and the model. Snappy Drive just does it all for you. You install it on a memory stick, let it run, and it just does it all for you. Makes my job so much easier. So yeah, I would seriously recommend Snappy Driver. Sparta, good afternoon, good evening, hello. Oh, wait. Earl Mathis, F9R. My PC doesn't post, but check RAM, CMOS graphics card and connections. Took it out of the case now. Don't know what to do anymore. Acer Tough B450 motherboard. Right, when you say it doesn't post, what do you mean by it doesn't post? When it was all together and you pressed the power button, what actually happened? Did anything come on screen? Did any lights come on? Did the fans come on? Did the power supply fan come on? Did anything at all happen? Or did it just fail a post? Did it lock up at the BIOS screen? Did it not get to a BIOS screen? Did the caps locks light work? Number locks light work? There's quite a lot of questions to ask there. So it probably, yeah. It would let us know that, and we'll see if we can take it a little bit further and help with some diagnostics. How's the day gone, Sparta? It's gone okay. I noticed you were in Nano's chat last night, Zach's chat last night, helping him with that Mac as well. That what you were doing last night? What? Zola were there as well last night. Snappy Driver for Windows. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Zola were there last night as well. What Zach were doing last night, Nano Fix. That was just awesome. I mean, it's, you know, since I've taught him everything that I know, he's doing a cracking job, you know. I mean, all that micro soldering, he couldn't do it. I can't even keep a straight face whilst I'm lying here. It was amazing. If nobody caught Zach's stream last night, NanoFix CA, just check out his stream. Probably the last 2 hours of his stream last night. It was about 6 millimeters across, so about the same size as your little fingernail area, and he drilled and grinded away probably 5 or 6 layers of the board in subsequent tiers. So you start with, let's say this is top layer at board here. You stagger it down like that. So each layer will reveal tracks, and then when you get to this layer, you end up with a gaping hole, and then you build it up like that. So bearing in mind it's only 3 millimeters, no, probably not even 2 millimeters in depth, all this, and you've got layers on each one, and then you've got in each layer, so if you're looking at a layer there, you've got main ground layer at bottom here, and then you've got tracks coming all the way across here, and he must have easily had 50 tracks, and we're talking things which you would be joining with 0.001 millimeter wire. So if you think of a strand of hair, probably half to a quarter of thickness of a strand of hair, depending whose hair it is. If it's a curly one, please don't ask me. But if it's a straight one, and he will be joining all those tracks back up, or he'll be attempting to join them back up as well. It was just absolutely awesome. His skill is excellent, absolutely excellent. Yeah, it was. I was open. I mean, I was a bit tired last night, so I think I shut. Oh no, I did watch him to end actually when he was doing it, and he said he was going to do another stream and probably do some of that off stream. To the fact that I've got some old boards, and I thought I wouldn't mind just doing it on an old board just to see if I can, just to see how hard it is. But I don't think I need to understand how hard it is. It's absolutely hard. Let me see if I can find it. While that thing is loading, let me see if I can find it on here, and I'll just give you a quick show of what he did. It was honestly, guys, it was brilliant. No, I can't never find him when I want him. Come on, Zach, where are you? Let me just search him. Nano Fix. Fly on me. And we'll go to Unwatch Live. That's the one. No, that took me to that. YouTube is shocking. Just while that is loading, we'll just see if we can find this. Latest from Nano. No, why can't I find? I'm subscribed to him. Oh, come on, Zach, I don't like your own page. Live? No, that's that again. Oh, no, let's search. Now I can go to live. There we go. Is that yesterday? No, that was a month ago. 10 months ago. Why can't I see stuff he streamed yesterday? Well, I was gonna show you. I was going to show you this, but I cannot find his thing. What he did? Has he not posted it? It's one of these, isn't it? Playlists for you? No. Past live streams 1 month ago. Why can't I find thingy? Why can't I find the thing that he did? Bit bizarre, isn't it? Privatise the stream after they. Is that what he does, Sparta? That's why I can't find it. That's why I can't find it. So yeah, can't see it on there. Sorry. So I can't show you. But what he did do was amazing. It was phenomenal, in my view. Anyway, but what do I know? You can find it on Discord on his announcements channel. Let me just see if I can find it on Discord, and I'll see if I can show it because this is. I'm just gonna redo this one because I think I've built this up into something. It's because this needs re-thingy bobbing anyway. So we'll just reboot this. This one's gonna get moved. So NanoFix announcements, stream announcements. There we go. Close that. Live. Can we fix this MacBook? This is the one. Right, let me just get onto there. So this is what Zach were doing last night. So this area here, I've not got the sound on, but this.
Then we're gonna have to kind of do the same kind of thing here and expand these corners a little, I think. Anyways. Cool. Then we can go one
No, I can't put sound on. So that thing, what he's actually doing there is about 6 millimeters across. It is absolutely amazing what he was doing. Will I get a copyright strike for this by showing somebody else's work? Don't think I will. He does zoom out at one point, so you can actually see it. I'm just see if I can.
you guys to see.
See, right. So the bit we're looking at on this board is, can't even find it on there.
Let's check this out.
Oh, this is when he was showing us the thing what Gear had done. His,
Did something.
but you can see the different layers there. What he's actually done. It was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. If you don't know who Nano is, it's NanoFix CA. Please do check him out. He is really, really a talent and such a nice guy as well. But you can see there he's dug down. So where we're looking on here is just to the right hand side of the screen. Just there, you can see the hole. He's just flipped it around. It's bottom left now. You can't see it, but the hole itself is about 6 millimeters in diameter, and he's going to join all of those up. But yeah, really, really impressive. And I'm glad to see he's come out of his shell a little bit, and he's doing such a cracking job. He's a nice guy. Please go check him out. Please check him out. There we go. Right, just let me see if there's any more on here, and if not, I'll get it moved and we'll get onto an interesting, exciting one. We just need to load Snappy Driver once more. This was updated the other day, so we should have the latest stuff in here. And just get this running once more. Select all. When it scans, just scanning my system, see if there's anything. Select all is one, which is a Microsoft Print PDF. I'm going to not let it do that because for some reason it's installing that all the time, and it brings up a driver error. Yes, I want to stop that. Installation stopped. Yes. So we're going to shut this down. We're going to call this one nearly done. I need to just do Windows updates on it now, which obviously not going to do on stream because that's just a bit boring. So we'll get this shut down. Wait for it to shut down. We'll just keep an eye on the current. We're going to start a laptop which has no power. Well, we can't start it because obviously it don't work. We're going to attempt to repair a laptop which has no power. There we go. Oh, put that under there. Oh, put that over there. Get rid of some of these plastic fish. Let's make a start on this one. He needs this urgently. It's for his business. So it is something that I said I would try and get done sooner rather than later. I'm going to swap these lights back over so it might go bright. Watch your eyes. Might put both on. Yeah, makes a bit of difference. We'll put both on. Get rid of the customer's details because we don't want to be showing them on stream, do we? Don't put that there. That's putting it out at window. Definitely not good. Make sure he's got no other identification on it. No, he has not. And we're on a Acer. So the laptop in question is a not making this. It's an Acer. Have a look. PC Specialist. So it's a PC Specialist, and it is made in Unit 12, Jubilee Business Park, Jubilee Way, Grangemore, Wakefield, WF4 4TD, United Kingdom. Manufacturer, Tongfang Hong Kong Limited. There we go. So it's PC Specialist Limited, ordering it straight from as the white sticker unit from China and just putting their thing on it. And everyone thinks, oh, it's a cracking laptop because it's made by PC Specialist. Not made by PC Specialist. It's made by Tongfang Hong Kong Limited. And they're in Shu On Center in Wan Chai, Hong Kong. And the model is a GM Golf Mike 7-1 Delta Romeo made in China. 6.32 amps. So we're going to need a bit more ampage when we're doing this. So what the customer said was not working, which I agree, it's not working. He said light was coming on, but nothing else. Now the light isn't even coming on, so we need to plug it in. Let's get rid of our magic thing there. Oh, get our box out. Let's see which one we need. Huh. Got it straight away. Look at that. There you go. So we've got 0.09 of an amp. We're not going to have enough ampage. So let me just knock the power supply up, because it's taking 6.32 amps. We need more than 6.32 amps, don't we, on tap? So we'll give it 7 amps, which is bigger than the supply that it's got. So we're pulling 0.44, which is its LDO. Interestingly, it has not gone on to charge. So does that mean the battery's really low? Does that mean there's an issue with it? Don't know. Let's press the power button and see. Yeah, not working. Where's that blowtorch? So not working, and it's pulling half an amp. So half an amp is a lot of current for a not working and non-charging laptop. So let's get some of these out. So we'll see if I can do it like a pen. That's one. Not located. 2. Feels like it's getting warm. 34.8. Oh my gosh, it's getting warm in my office. Sun's gone down. Where's the heat coming from? Sure, next door neighbours put central heating on, leave door open. It's roasting. Tell you what I will do. I need to just go and fill my glass up with water. Because I will need a drink of liquid. I'll take these last 2 screws out and I'll just pop and fill it up. So be a second or two. Right. So let me just fill my glass up with water. 1 second, gentle people. Okay, we are back. I need to leave that door open because I'm cooking. And that's cooking with a capital C. Really hot. So half an amp of current draw and not charging. And not responding to that. In Yorkshire, it's hot. Well, they make nice tea in Yorkshire, apparently. Same in Cornwall. It's just, it's humid, I think, what's doing it. It's the humidity. I just can't seem to, I think it'll be aircon on in bed tonight. It's just, yeah, a little bit too much. And let's just pull case off. Break the seal. Drop that on there. Get a plastic fish. I thought it was supposed to be cooling down. It rained. Oh, what day did it rain? Tuesday. I was outside doing something. I can't remember what I was doing on the front. And the heavens opened for about 6 or 7 minutes. I mean, it were apocalyptic. We just needed, why am I coming out? Famine and swarms of locusts. It was that rainy. It just like a torrent of rain coming down. And within 5 minutes it had stopped, and then about 10 minutes later it was completely dry. I mean, roads were flooded. There was bits and bobs floating all over, and then 10 minutes later completely dry. Not a drop in sight. Not a drip or drop in sight. Where's my controller? That's probably that bright blue thing there in front of me. Just crazy. So we have a Samsung 1TB 970 Evo in. I've got a funny feeling it's probably full of dirt and dust because this hair's sticking out there. Let's hope they're not curly. We'll take fans out anyway. No, it's just going to rip. We'll take fans out and have a look if it's fans. So we'll just give the board a quick once over. I'm just going to disconnect the battery. And then we'll give the board a once over just to see what's what. Not that it's probably doing anything with battery. I would imagine battery's turned itself off and disconnected. So we'll hold, get that somewhere close there. We'll see if we can move the board around. Yeah. Pull that down. Cluttered motherboard is this chipset. Just looking for something which is a little out of ordinary, anything with a great big hole in it, anything black or anything not looking good, or yeah, you know the score, guys. You know the score. A couple of sticks of RAM in there. Should we take them out? DDR4 RAM, and we've got a, presume that's a 16, 4x16, so a bit naughty of them, isn't it? But I suppose they've done that for a reason, which I'm presuming it's got 32 gigabytes of RAM. That, if that's a 4x16 kit, it's a 64 gigabyte kit, and they've fitted 2 of them. So yeah, some bits and bobs of RAM there. Not going to be able to see a great deal because there's so much metalwork in the way. Just use Crucial E100 in the HP and it worked. Nice. Oh, very nice. Is an E100 a old hard drive? Is that what that is, Arnold? It is. It's like gold. It's like gold in them there hills. That's what I thought Nano was digging for yesterday. Digging for gold. It does make me chuckle, you know, when I see these from factory, where they're joined up. I always think capacitors have got a bit lonely, so they want to come for a cuddle. It's just what it is. Yeah, they're just like, oh, hey up, mate, what are you doing over there? I don't know, I'll come over and see you. And they, you know, well, they're you know, they're just a bit lonely and whatnot. Ooh, got a broken case there. You know, both sides broken. So I can't see anything which is done. Let's just check this other daughter board, but I think we'll probably get the same impression once it stopped vibrating. Once it stopped vibrating, we will have a look. Yeah, there's nothing on there that I can see. So let's just take a few bits off and then we'll just measure around. I'm going to take his drive out because I don't want him to lose any of his data if it does go a bit Pete-tong or starts to post and not post. Last thing we want to do is have to repair Windows or put a new hard drive in it. So we've got the RAM out. I'm going to take his Wi-Fi card out as well because we know Wi-Fi cards are sometimes problematic, so we'll eliminate that as well, just so we can get a little bit more board open. Again, I think James should do a tutorial on how to use a screwdriver. I know I'd watch it. We should be okay there then. Still can't see a great deal. It still might need, obviously, quite a bit of heat coming from the GPU. I presume this one is his GPU. Quite a bit of heat here, as you can see, with discolorization of the paint. But there is probably a cat's worth of hair in there. Is that water? Is that liquid on here? Can't really see on microscope. If I just tilt it a little bit, you might get. Can you see there? I don't know if that's a splodge of liquid or something on there. I don't think it is. I'm not going to use them because they're a bit sharp. Where's my soft product? There you go. Let me get my soft product and see if I can thumb it in. And there's a bit on. No. Yeah, nothing wrong with any of them. The primary MOSFET's probably sat under here, I would have thought, or they could be on the other side of the board to do that. Hey peeps, what's up with this one PCD? It is pulling 0.5 amp of current and not working. Cut long story short. you put power supply in, it's pulling 440 milliamps or half an amp and not working. So well, that's about where we are at the moment. We've took back off. If we plug it in, I'll show you. So 0.9. 0.9. Ah, I'll tell you why. I ain't got any ramming. So that could be a boot loop because we've got change of state now, haven't we? Now that'll be interesting. We've got 0.9. Yeah, still not responding to. Which is interesting because that's come down because it was higher before. It was 0.4 before. Let's see if the battery makes a difference to it charging or not. No. Is the start button actually working? I don't know. Don't know. But as I say, the strange things was when we originally tried it back on, it was half an amp more or less, 440. It's now 0.9, which is like LDO. A little bit high for an LDO. What if this has a light sensor on? No, can't see one. No, can't see a light sensor on there. Sometimes James did a brilliant video. I think Uncle Soren's done one as well with a light sensor issue. That they won't actually do anything with the back off. So it could be power button, which is Alt A. The power button is on the keyboard. But it is a strange one because that's really, really low current draw. 0.09. Yeah, it does sound like standby current to me. That's what I'm thinking now. Before it definitely wasn't. It was definitely more before. Let's see if we've got a 5 and a 3. DC volts. Get my little clip out. Plug this in. It'll save me pulling it out every 2 minutes. Like my teenage years, that. Right. So we should have a 5 and a 3. So there's a 3.3, which isn't showing. So let me just restart my meter, which is that one there. There we go. So there's a 3.3. So we've got 3. I would imagine 5 is probably, I would have thought 5 would have been, that's battery. That's RAM, 1.8. Can't find my 5. I bet my 5's hiding underneath here somewhere. This is likely to be battery, 12. So that's power rail, main power rail. Don't like how that battery connector is going in. That's interesting. Pins are bent in power connector. The first pin is bent. Probably not going to be able to get this on camera. First pin on left hand side. You see it? Not in line. See if we can get that straightened up. This is going to be so tricky to do. Certainly whilst I'm trying to didn't feel like it was going in right. Yeah, it's a bit more lined up. If we can get the power adapter in straight, that'll help to. That's it. It's the middle pin bent. Oh, I didn't know it's the middle one. So let me just check the power button's coming on now. I did see it before, didn't I? I am right in thinking that, Sparta. I did see it went up to 440 rather than sitting there. I didn't not see that, did I? No, all of them are right. I can see probably a bit better than you guys can because of the angle. But yeah, all of them look straight now. Probably the best view I'm going to get at that. All of them look straight. Use a syringe needle. Yeah, I could do. I think I've got one actually, but it's straightened up now. So I can't get to 5 because I can't find me. I can't find me 5 volts, but I do have a 12 volt, which isn't there because I ain't got battery plugged in. If I plug battery in, we'll get 12 volt power. So this could be, if I've got 3, I ain't got a current limit on, have I? No, I've got 7 amps set and over current protection set at 10, so I'm fine there. So we've got us 12 there, we've got us 3 there. BIOS chip. If we've got anything on BIOS, because BIOS should be. Well, that should be pin 1. Unless that's video BIOS, do we think? Need another BIOS chip on this? Does the battery have charge? The battery must have charge because when I plug the battery in, we're getting 12 volts. If we take power cable out, which is now out, I've got 12 volts and it's a 11.4. So battery's actually fully charged. Why do you see more caps? Yeah, these just like getting to know each other. They're just like I was just saying. I think they're a bit cold on the night. They snuggle up to each other, don't they? They're kissing. They're kissing caps. No shorter cap, no cuddly cap. So yeah, we've got main power rail with battery. Battery's giving off 12 volts. I just wanted to see if I've got a yeah, so chipset's fine. We've got 1.8 volts into chipset there. There's no short on it. But pin 1, am I right in thinking pin 1 should have voltage? Well, that's going to be pin 1, isn't it? Yeah, I got 1.8 on one. That one's got 1.8. 1.8. 1. 1. I don't know how many threes, but oh wait, then what was that? Yeah, 3.3. So I've got 3.3 and 1.8 on my chips here. Well, I've not checked yet, mainly because the conditions changed, but that's my next job to checking. But I can't really get into anything because the actual coils that I can see have got voltage. Chipset's obviously got voltage. I'm going to have to just take this heatsink off. So, yeah, which is just a bit of a pain. You can't get to anything without thinking taking that off. Just let me pop battery out. Yeah, I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna have to disconnect battery, disconnect the fans. That one and that one. Get some of these fan screws out first. It's going to be a hidden screw because there always is. Engineers think, do you know what? We won't make them obvious. We'll hide it under a piece of tape. So you've got to take 43 other things out just to find it. And that tape will be structural as well. Now, we did say he was using it and it was fine. And he came to switch it on one day and it wasn't fine. So it doesn't sound like it's died during use. It's died on its own. So it could still be that. Somebody's been in here before because the tape's been lifted here. Now, what is that? This is his thingy bob. Can you see? Oh, you can't see because of reflection. See that? It looks like liquid again. Can you see that? On there. It is a... let me just have a look for you, Sparta. Yeah, have a look at the USB. I didn't even think of looking at USBs. It is a GM71DR. I mean, there's a load of other stuff on there, but that's there's a I don't know if they work like service tags or not. See if we can lift this out and see if we can get anything under there. Get that peeled up and off. Yeah, somebody's definitely been in here because it's crumpled. Or it could just be manufacturing process. So the black screw goes in B4. Don't let me forget the black screw goes in B4. There's that hidden screw I was on about. Always a hidden screw. Usually hidden screws are ones I forget to put back on. It was worried that that's quite a lot of heat marking on the GPU. So if you look at the paste, you can see that it's not actually been spread out correctly. If you look round this side here, can't really pick it up on camera, but you can see certainly heat marking more there. So yeah, that's not the best. There's nothing else on there I can see which has got any burn marks on, so hopefully something's not gone nuclear over there. Just get this cleaned off with our Kimtech wipes. And see what the CPU is quite dry. Brush. Right, that's the GPU, which I'm more worried about because of the way why they've got a yellow one on there and blue on every other one. I think this has been opened and somebody's worked on this because they've replaced some of the pads because they're different colours, and also even the coil pads are different colours as well to each other. Yeah, dark blue bits. GM7 IDR, not one. Ah, right, okay. That's why I couldn't find it. Sorry, Spad. It looked like that. Pad caused uneven pace. Yeah, I think that's what it is. So GPU might have been overheating. Actually, no, there is 2 yellow ones on there, but everything else is grey. But there's just a mixture between grey and blue as well. So I don't know. They might distinguish in factory with the colours for thicknesses. I'm not sure, but we'll see. So again, we'll just have a quick look, just see if there's anything jumping out. There's a big fuse there. Them MOSFETs look okay. None of them look like they are fried. Is that a chip in one though? Second one in front right hand side. Yeah. Ah, there's my coils. And there's my MOSFETs I was looking for. But again, they look pretty much okay. Third down from where I were. I didn't spot that one. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, that cap's a different colour. I mean, it could just be a different value. But if you look at, I will get to that. What is just highlighted. Thank you. But if you look at this one here, different colour to other two, so it could just be a different value. But yeah, that one there looks. Yeah, I think that's just a mark on it. Well spotted. Didn't see that one. Right, let's see if we've got any shorts. Let's just go back up here where these MOSFETs were. I don't think these are going to have an issue, because if these had an issue, it would disconnect the battery. Because it would disconnect the main power rail, and the main power rail is still powered, or battery power rails powered. Yeah, probe coil on the other side of it. Yeah, so I think that's the next course of action. Let me just get the zoom back out. We'll get it on resistance mode, and we'll see if we've got any shorts to ground. I think this might be easier to do on overhead cam, because it's probably going to be generalization. So let's work on that. Number 3, and we'll zoom in a little bit. So if we've got a ground, we have a ground. Dark brown spot, yeah. Enhance. Oh, excuse me. Let's just check coils first. So yeah, that's fine. These are probably going to be in some type of parallel, and they look to be. I would imagine this is okay. Yeah, 170. Yeah. 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 These are GPU. I never like it when it's that low. Take beep off. So we've got 0.5 ohm resistance there. Ground to ground resistance for me is 1.82. That is shocking. That's better. So on ground to ground resistance, so I'm literally ground on here to, I'm going to take that off my USB clamp. I don't think the USB clamp is doing it any favors. So let me find a better ground. So ground to ground is 0.61. These coils here, they're direct short. You see what I'm doing? So if I go to, I'll put microscope on so I can illustrate what I'm meaning on here. I think everyone's grabbed it, but so I've got these coils here. I take my ground to that ground there, and that ground there. We've got a resistance reading through my probes, through the board of 0.4-ish. Go to there. We've got more or less the same. This is a 1/10 of an ohm difference. I mean, I know GPUs can be low resistance, but that is silly low. So we can zero my meter out. Rail on. Right, so I've zeroed meter out. I'm going to do this with one hand or two. There you go. I've zeroed meter out now. Half an ohm resistance on GPU, do we reckon? These are all going to be the same, I would have thought. That end one might be different because I think that's on a different track. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So those four there are all showing half an ohm on coil. Put the positive on ground, yeah, to see if it charges. So I'm swapping probes around, so I'm now, so 1 ohm now. If I can get a good connection, still a half an ohm, ground to ground. So it's about half ohm resistance. That could be GPU. That could be fine. I'm a bit disappointed that I blow. You've missed it. You missed blowtorch. That was earlier on. Francis, it's you've missed that bit. That were earlier on bit with blowtorch. Now on the pad below the MOSFET. Yeah, I'm going to see if there's any differential there. So that side we've got 0.5. So that's ground. That's obviously live side. These are all in parallel, and that one's a different one anyway, with caps across. So we know that. So it's just this side. MOSFET or chip. Yep. Can you measure the resistance on your probes? Is it 0.5 there resistance? Can you? Yeah. Are you working with any schematics to fix this? At the moment, we are not working with a schematic to fix this. We're just doing simple, basic things. If we can get a schematic for this board, because it's a PC specialist one, so generally you struggle to identify what board it is because it's usually some type of white label pre-built thing from China, which we know this one is. So it's difficult. Injecting the ground plane and on the, yeah, and that should bring out the differential between the 2 points. Yeah, unobtainable. It is, yeah. The unfortunate thing, Francis Dons, I don't know what it is, but Francis, yeah, these Chinese ones you can't get the bits and bobs to do that. So basically, this side forward we've got half an ohm. This side back we're okay. So the short is this side of the MOSFETs. Now there is a possibility with the GPU getting extraordinarily hot like we know it has, that could be the culprit. I'm just going to test some of the caps on this GPU just to see. Tell you what, currently those caps aren't looking too bad. I mean, that's the lowest one there, but that's the test point. 15 ohms. Might be a look. You should be a 1650. Okay, thank you, Sparta. Oh no, this is slightly bad. Put ground on coil and the plus on the ground and eject. Let me get my where's my leads? I'm out today. There they go. One there. And the other one just there. We don't want 19 volts, do we? Knock the power supply down a bit. I'll do for that. We don't want 7 amps either. So we're back at 1 volt, 1.2 amps, something like that. Yeah. So put the ground on the coil and the positive on the other ground. So you reckon, or what you're saying is, let me shift this out that way. Put the ground there, and you want it on that ground there. That's what you're basically saying, aren't you? And then it should pass through one of these MOSFETs to say which one's bad. So I can go there and there. And we can see it's pulling to inject in reverse. Yes. Right. Let me get thermal camera up. I'll try and get my camera on my, whatchamacallit working. For some reason, it's not. Ah, that's because it's not plugged in. Oh, my donkey. Oh, my donkey. There it is. I'm going to see if I can get this camera plugged in. Right, we'll see if we can get the camera on the microscope working, and then we can see what we do. Or maybe we won't, because it just don't want to work. I've got a new... this is the P1, which is on the thing there, and it's just not wanting to work. So we'll disconnect that, and we'll get the P2 out of my little case. Just have to do this by hand. It's damn annoying, isn't it? I have got the P3 just arrived, a review sample. So we're going to be doing a review on that compared to the... I can't do it against the P1 because P1's decided to cease working. So we can't do that. Get the P3 plugged in and see what that's like. P2 plugged in, sorry. So we should have a thermal camera on the right hand side of the screen. Woohoo, as you can see. No idea what that is read out. What's that? Oh, it's a multimeter. That's my multimeter screen. Kester 6337 leaded solder. I have got some Kester. What I got sent to me by Swindon. But yeah, when I drink, I pee too much. I pee too much anyway. Right, this is going to be an interesting one to try and do 3 things at once. So you're going to have to kind of bear with me where I'm going to try and inject and show on thermal. You do like making it hard for me, don't you? And also inject current. not gonna have to do this. I need 3 hands. I'm gonna have to take a wire onto here, and then just clip the. I'm gonna take a wire onto there and clip the positive onto that. Yeah, that might be easier. Turn that on. Get a bit of a wire. There we go. Shall we use red just to stay in character? Snip this end off. Okay, let's see if I can twist that. Yeah, I can. Let's tin this wire up and get this just tacked onto here. Okay, get this tacked down there. So we're putting it onto the negative side of here, not the positive, which is that one there. That's negative. It's got a bit of fresh solder down there. Really need to change my soldering tip because I've got the wrong tip on. Completely. Let me just change that tip because it'll be easier to change that tip than it will be to shut up moaning. Sorry, I'm talking to my soldering iron beeping its nugget off because I ain't got the tip in. We know. Put a different tip on. Still don't want to stick down there, does it? Wow. It's ground plane, so it's going to drink lots and lots of heat. That's better. Now, get on there. I'll sit there a minute until it decides it wants to play. Wow. I've whacked iron up to 450 degrees at this. It still don't want to. That's the ground plane for you. Me iron isn't cooling down. It's just taking a while just to transfer the heat into where it needs to go. It is just going. I have to use hot air if I want anything on there. Yeah, it's lead free. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat and do something. So I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. So, well, I'm going to cheat and do something. Nothing to see here, guys. Nothing at all to see here. So, yeah. Oops, drop my soldering iron out of that. Well done. You Honker. Right, let's get a bit of that soaked up because there's an awful lot on there now. I don't want it all off, just want some more. There you go. Get rid of that little blob there. Come on, joint party. That's a bit better. So, we can get the wire tacked on now. All this just to put a wire on. Crazy. Why am I Friday night streaming never that straightforward and simple? Just that ground plane just eating or drinking. I'm using 450 degrees here. It's leaded solder. There you go. It's not the prettiest job, but it's on. So we'll pretend we didn't see that. Evening, Prodica. Good evening. Julian's Magic Solder. No comment on that. No comment. No comment. No comment. Nothing to see there. Nothing to see there. We will not say anything about that at all. So nothing to see there. This is just purely for educational reasons that we did what we did, and to the fact that I'm getting frustrated with it. I'm just going to change that probe because that's my switching probe, and we don't want that on. We want a clip which sits just there. That's that one. Sure up, soldering iron. Yeah, that's the one I want. And let's just twist that around there. Okay. So we've got positive on. I just want to see if my negative is now playing ball. So by rights, if I inject into there, yeah, we've got that. Wonderful. So let's get back into thermal camera. Use that one. Whew. My soldering iron is shocking. Does not. Just fell out again and started melting plastic. Okie dokie. Hey Zoe. How are you? Are you watching a film? What film are you watching? Whatever works is good for me. I'll leave that on so I can see where I'm probing, and we'll get the things on for you. Okay. So we're pulling 1.29. Can we see anything getting wham? Can't see anything on there getting to, oh no, reflection. Only thing which is getting warm there is GPU. CPU's warm. Well, GPU is the one straight above it. That's GPU. CPU's over here. So I think it's GPU, but that's because obviously electrons flow from negative to positive, as opposed to what Benjamin Franklin, was it Benjamin Franklin? Am I thinking it right person there? Stated. Can't remember. Long time since I've done it. Did that just pulse there? No. Looking what that black dot there was. That's nothing on there getting wham. No wire to the positive pad to isolate. You mean that pad? Yeah, I should be able to solder to that pad. Let me solder and warm up. Get off. There you go. Yeah. Oh, you donkey. Right. Turn that off. Yeah. So we're positive to that one as well. Just let me see if I've still got a short. Right, we've got nothing there at all. Got no short there at all. We've got no current draw at all on that. If you look at the current, but there wasn't. We didn't have a short at this side of the equation. We never had a short through these anyway. We only had a short this side to ground. Yeah, and we have got a connection, which we can see if we go there. We have got a connection. Yeah, I don't think it's a MOSFET, no. I'm more worried that it's I think that's only discoloured because of what it is, because it's all the way up. I'm hoping, or I'm wondering whether it's something to do with the chip. We've got 0.9 coming into the board. Now, if this had gone, if we lift these, it'll remove the GPU out of the equation, and if the GPU has gone, it'll then work on the internal iGPU. So that could be a flick the power supply. That could be a solution to try and just lift those 4 inductors, Tombstone. Let's put that back on negative then. Well, I don't need to put that on negative, actually, I can just do that. Let me get... I'm not sure what this is actually going to show us though, because I don't think... let me turn the power supply back on. I'm not too sure whether... I mean, if we go down to... We had a short there, but we're pulling less because it's a resistor short, if you remember, rather than a main short. I think that's powering something, because if you look at the voltage, we've got no voltage drop at all. Where if we had a short, we're not even pulling the full ampage. There's nothing at all on there which I can see is pulsing. See if there's anything on the other side of the board, as in right hand side of the board. Yeah. You reckon through MOSFET? Well, it is going through MOSFET at that. It is going through MOSFET, isn't it? Because obviously we've got a positive here, and MOSFETs are all in line to where I'm actually putting ground, because this is shorted side at ground. Yeah, coils are 0.1, but I ain't gonna short anywhere else. I've actually got board voltages. I haven't got a 5 volt, but I've got a 3.3. Can't find 5 volt on one at coils. Yeah, Bear me 1 second, guys. I need to take this phone call. Hello. Hello, mate. All right. Yeah, good. Thank you. Very good. Is there? I did have a look on website. In fairness, it did look good. Yeah. Is there anything we need to bring them for tomorrow night? All right. So shall I just bring some stuff to throw on that? Yeah. Okay. And is there anything? Go on. I was just going to say, is there anything else you need me to bring along? But obviously, if everyone's gone today, they should have everything. Yeah. All done. Picture. I'll run through it all tomorrow with you because there's a bit of a story behind it. But yeah, all sorted. But I'll fill you in when I see you. It's a bit of more of a longer story. But yeah. You'll have to have a look at new one when we come in it tomorrow as well. It's phenomenal. What it doesn't do, it's crazy. Yeah, it is really, really good as well. So, but yeah, we'll aim for between 2 and 3. But I'll drop you a message when we're on our way. All right. Well, I'm just streaming at the moment, so we're live on YouTube, but I've not put your end at call on. So I will. I'll drop you a message tomorrow, pal. Have a good evening and don't get too drunk. All right. See you later, mate. Ciao, mate. Bye. Sorry, gents. That was a call I was waiting for about tomorrow for our camping trip. They're all there. They're all set up getting drunk. What about 0.8 volt into GPU and C thermal profile? What do you think? Just talking about, just thinking this through. The GPU has got low resistance. We know it's got low resistance. Let's get back onto the resistance. So we've got 0.5 onto GPU, and ground to ground we've got 0.2, more or less the same. You can see it fluctuating. There's probably 0.1, 0.2 difference. So there's a 10th or 20th of an ohm there difference. But it's 0.5, but ground to ground is 0.3, 0.4. So when you take the differential off, like a delta, it's that. But some GPUs can be pretty low, can't they? I did one the other day and we thought it was GPU. And I think James pointed out that they can be pretty low. Pretty low. It's just that we've got no short on this side. And I would have thought if we'd got, unless GPU's blown through overheating, because that's a possibility, if it's gone through over getting too hot, they would still be operating normally, and they appear to be, they're all closed as they should be. So that could have just gone through age or heat. Probably with 0.9. Yeah. Don't know whether we're going to see any heat spots, but let's have a look and see where we go with it. So we're on that. We're on 1.2. Yeah, 0.9. Sorry, I've got people. Right. So if we probe the positive of the coil with a little bit of voltage, so I've got my ground on. Yeah. So we're on 0.9 and an amp. Let's turn that down to an amp, 1.6. There you go. So I'm on 0.9 and 1 amp. And we'll see if any heat spots show up. So let's get thermal camera back operational. No, it's not on. So GPU is here where I'm touching. That's GPU itself. See that? I'm going to probe just above it. Did something just glow down here then? Or was that just reflection? Must just be reflection. I wonder if it's cool that GPU down. I'm going to cool GPU down so it's black. Just to see if. So we'll look at that now. That is stone cold black. And we'll see a heat signature appear, if anything. That heat signature just there. I don't know if that's warming up or not. I don't think it is warming up. I mean, it is. What's that there? There's a... No, it's a reflection. That's a crystal or something. Yeah, the only thing what's getting warm is the actual dye of the... Yeah, I saw it too. I definitely saw that, but Switch back to normal polarity. I am on normal polarity. I'm on negative to ground. I'm on normal. Put it on plus in the coil, not on the other MOSFET side. Desolder wire. You just want to see me solve this wire on and off, don't you? We've got no power to anything. Right, we've got the wire off. So where are you thinking? Put the NVVD, so I think you're chasing ghosts. Low resistance is normal there, pretty sure. I think I'm agreeing with Sparta to some degree on that one. I think low resistance there is probably right. And because we've not got any short through the MOSFETs, I don't think MOSFETs are going to open, so I don't think. That's what I've just been doing though, Arnold. I had got my positive here. That's where I was measuring because I've got my negative on ground already. Yeah, it is very low, but we did want other day on a laptop, and I'm trying to think which laptop it was. Which was the same. Let me reset this back up to not 20 volts. Oh, sorry guys, just let me. And you just set me over current because I've just reset it by mistake because I'm a bit of a donkey like that. Shift over current. Over current protection is that, and my over voltage protection. I clicked on a button on my power supply and it went, and I reset them by mistake. Sorry guys. Right, off. So let's just see if it's doing anything different to what it was doing before. I know we've not done anything. So we're still pulling that same 0.9. Still pulling same 0.9. Let me just see if I've got anything coming around the board on. I've got more probes on here than enough now. Evening, Nextonator. Good evening. That thumbnail though, torching the board. Yes, you missed that. It was early on that one. It was early on. So we've got 19 volts coming into the board. We've got us nothing on battery, so we've got 8.8 of a volt, which is just standby, so that's fine because I ain't got battery connected. I've got my 3.3. I can't find a 5. I've got RAM. But my concern is I've got nothing on BIOS. I've got nothing on pin 1 of the BIOS. Let's see if I've got. We must have board coming alive. We've got board coming alive. So we've got 19 there. Yeah. So we've got everything. We've got 19 coming out and going round and anywhere it needs to go. So we've got everywhere. We've got board voltage there. So we should have on his main power rail, if I can find something set on main power rail. We should have main power rail going round. We've got main power rail because we're generating 3 volts.
Oi, you!
Try to power it on, see if it starts pulling the 500 milliamps. Yeah, see if it comes back alive now. Now we've prodded and poked it a little bit. No, still unresponsive.
PCDD, you little shit.
But who's that? I'm a little shit. The button is on a separate power board, which looks to be fed. I'm assuming that's the whatchamacallit for the power board here for the power button. So this will be the power button here. And have they been really nice for us and put some jumpers on it? Because power buttons are going to be somewhere over here. No, they haven't. And then this one goes down to a daughter board, which goes to USBs, which feeds back into the main board. Don't know why that's down there. There's no lights or anything on that one, so I don't know why that's down there. So I'm going to see if I can find the take that out, this board out, and let's see if we can find the power switch on there, and see if the power switch does anything.
Oh, you!
Do you see any? I know, like light center. No, I don't, Sparta. I've looked for that already because I thought exactly the same. Let's cover board up and see. Let's just see, just to be sure. To be sure. Let's cover it up and see if see if all this has been fruitless. But I did check for light sensors and stuff like that. No, it's exactly the same even with queso. To be sure, I'm going to turn lights out, so we're going to darkness mode. There you go, dark mode, spooky lighting. No, we've definitely removing all traces of light there. So not that. Lights coming back on. Watch your eyes, guys. PCDD after dark. I've been threatening that, haven't I? Yeah, I can't see any. I can't see any light sensors or anything like that because they usually have foam inserts around them. There's nothing on this side of the board apart from a heatsink for the chipset and a couple of pieces of foam padding for the battery. And on the board itself, there's no, the telltale circular or square foams to help seal it. There's none of that either. Let's continue with this board out. Oh, bless it. Ah, that's interesting. You don't take that out to get to that. The switches are all the way down there, and you've got to take main board out to get to it. Thank you, Mr. Whatever manufacturer you are, PC specialist, Hongfei, whatever brand it was, for putting that under there. Really. Got the start button out. That's what I'm looking at now. I'm going to see if I can find the power for the start button and then short it out to ground. Or test see if the start button is actually already going to ground. So let's get that onto voltage and get this under microscope. So we need to see which one of these it is. Not that one. Please be one of end ones. Not that one. So that were good luck, weren't it? Have we got another ribbon cable here? No, it's the exit ribbon cable under there. Yeah, for that. Just to be sure. No. So we're going to find out which one of these it is. No. The meter drips onto AC voltage, that's why. No. There you go. So we know we've got 3 volts on that end one. Sorry, guys. We've got 3 volts on this end one here. I'm just going to press the power button from the other side whilst balancing this up in the air with my tongue sticking out and seeing if I can do this and see if I can figure out whether that's the power button switch or not. And if it is, and it zeroes it, we know the power button's working. So, right, so it's not that one. So power button could be. So we need another different 3 volts. So that could be something else. So see if there's another 3 volt on here. That might not necessarily be the keyboard on and off. So we've got one next to it. So we've got another one. So we've got a few. I'm going to have to see if I can do these whilst looking on here. So that is the thing there. Going to be a balancing act this. So number 2, no power button pressed. Number 3 didn't have any on. I need to zoom down on that because I can't see. No. 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 And that one didn't tell me on. So we've got a couple in there which could be a candidate. I'm pressing the power button, and power button is not actually doing it. Not actually registering. So do we think it could be? Well, it would still zero it out, Nick. Good afternoon, by the way, Nick. It would still zero out because the power button's connected to the same board. So I'm measuring there. That's why I was measuring there, just to see if it was zeroing them out. So without taking this entire board out now, I won't know. I'm having issues with my ears. Blow cold air fan. Oh, no problem, Arnold. RX 6800 crashing while gaming. It's 5 years old. Will you be willing to help me? Just chat. If so, I will wait till you have time to talk. Yeah, always happy to help you. Always happy to help. If it's crashing during gaming, it might not necessarily be your graphics card. Quite often, graphics card is well down the. If you look at probability, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, graphics card is somewhere down here which is causing it rather than other things. There's a lot of other things which will cause it before your graphics card. It's just a lot of people assume it's graphics card because that's the thing which is taking all the load. It might be, but it might probably not be either, from my experience. Yeah, sorry, Nick, just going back to yours. So the reason why I was testing on here is because this connector is directly affixed to the same board as the power switch. So it could be that the power switch has gone rather than ribbon cable being at fault, but it isn't. I agree. It doesn't look like it's in all the way, but that's probably me moving it rather than anything else. So I think the only option that we've got is me put the right camera on and re-explain what I was saying, which is this board here. The power switch is fixed to the other side of here, and the ribbon cable adapter is obviously soldered onto it. So these pins here should have direct connection with where it is, as long as there's not another ribbon cable hiding somewhere else, such as this thin tiny one here. Of course we missed you. That's my daughter, if you're wondering, guys. Go on, abuse me while you've got a chance, you little ship. So we've got no option. We're going to have to. I don't really want to take this board out. but we're going to have no option apart from to take it out. That off. Right, I've got quite a few ribbon cables out there, so I don't think I've got any peripherals connected. I'm just going to, I've got two more here. I'm going to try the same test with the power once I've got those two out, just to make sure.
Oh, you!
Who's that?
Oh dear. Manny Moo. Dad, what are we like? The code.
Who's a
thing.
good girl?
Very
Who's
nice.
that?
There we go. I don't know if Maddie one works. Don't know if the Maddie one works.
Who's that?
So let me just plug that back in and just see if we've got any difference on power. No, we've not. So it's not something we're plugging into it like.
You're a loony.
I ah dear. I do like some of these ones. Some of them don't work. I don't think the Maddie one works for whatever reason, or I can't hear some of them, should I say. I need to put some markings on the board.
Oh no.
Oh no! Oh, somebody played them all. I like that oh no one. Let me grab a marker pen so I can mark out where these are coming from. Because if not, I will forget. Oh, permanent marker. So we had one here. And one here. Got one here. One here. And one here. Where my screws are going to come out of. I need that Dolphin one working, don't I? I need to figure out what I can put on Dolphin one. Probably my Dolphin sound clip where I'm talking Dolphin Eat. I've tried to put a friend's RTX 3060 in my system, and I have put my 6080 in the system. It crashes in the system with the. Oh, so you've done that, have you? Also tried with 2 GPUs in one system, crashes when using my GPU. Yeah, I won't recommend putting 2 GPUs in one system. They don't play well together. It's like putting it's like putting two cats in a bag. They're never going to sit there and play happy. So the 6800 XT crashed in your friend's system, but your friend's system worked fine with the 3060 and your system worked fine with your 3060. Is that what you're saying? So I've isolated it to an issue with the RTX 6800. Right, have you tried drivers? Try drivers to start with. And when you say it didn't crash with the 3060 in, how long did you try it for? Did you try it on exactly the same thing as what yours crashes on, or does yours crash randomly? I took part a motor for a big fan yesterday to lube the bush. Ooh, a bit of lube on them bushings. Right, Mark, how it went together. So it took me 3 tries to get it right. Yeah, I mean, you won't catch a professional like me not taking note where stuff came from. That's that in there, and that one done in there. Wonderful. That's not looking good either. Let me get that was probably easier to come out of there. I can't see anything on the back here which is looking like it's been melted or affected, but sometimes you can see it with shiny plastic if it's received a lot of heat or thermal energy. Not heat, it's thermal energy. So let's just pull and prise that. Good practice for you though, Prodica, doing that. That's what you've got to remember. It's just good practice.
And when the doctor said I didn't have worms anymore, that was the happiest day of my life.
Thank you, Ralph. Very grand.
I'm so confused. I want to checking this off, just see if anything jumps out at me as if to say, it's me, it's me. I'm taking it off carefully. Oh, got it. Done. Right, nothing is... Ha ha ha, we have another BIOS chip though. So that BIOS chip on there, it's probably right, doesn't have a 1.8. That could be a backup BIOS or
Who's
the GPU.
Who's that?
Or, don't know. It's right next to the chipset, but we do appear to have another BIOS chip on the back. So it might have 1.8 or 3 volts, whatever it is on the BIOS. And this looks more promising like a BIOS chip. Now we've got it out of there. Let's put that to one side and get the power switch took off. And check the power switch. If I do all this, it's working anyway, it's power switch. Ouch, can't get that out. Couple of... They both feel okay. Both feel fine, both... Mark on it? I don't know. Let's get under the microscope and have a look. They do feel okay. Now, we did say his lights did used to come on and they've stopped working. No, so they're on the same board. So could it be that this board has failed? I don't know. But both those should look okay. I put a big mark with permanent marker across. Yeah. Nobody will tell. Oh, thanks for that. Unethical clown. Nobody will tell. Right, you've done DDU and reinstalled drivers, everything reinstalled Windows and tried Linux, and it's crashing on them all. Right. Beat power switch. I'm gonna continue to test it, Zola. Yeah. I'm just trying to even tried setting lower power limits and clocks to help, but it still crashes. When you say you beat Richie, when you said you've set power limits and clocks, have you got Ryzen Master on your system or something similar where you can overclock? Because that is a prime candidate for having causing issues. Is certainly Ryzen Master, and there's another one as well which does GPUs, and I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, both of them are terrible for doing it. That's working. That's working as well. So both switches are working. So that's power. So that is the power one, isn't it? Unless it's just relating to board. Because this one goes to the main circuit board, and then this one comes out of this board and goes to another daughter board. There's nothing really on that daughter board apart from a couple of USB sockets, but we didn't have any voltage across them anyway. It could be thermal paste. It could be a thermal issue why it's crashing. The connector says power. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It says power for that, for this one. That's what I'm thinking. No rise mods, custom clocks and power limits from AMD Adrenaline only. It crashes in 15 minutes with default profile and 30 minutes with lower clock. Right, so that sounds more like them. Since you've got two determined power two power limits on there, it sounds more like a thermal thing. So have you been monitoring your hotspot and your GPU temperature? Because the delta should be quite close. So it might need rethermal pasting. That's something I would certainly try, is thermal pasting. I'm not an expert on GPU. I'll stress that. There's a lot better people than I am on GPUs, but it sounds more like maybe a heat issue rather than anything else. So I would suggest probably having a look at your temps, having a look at the differential on your temps, certainly on the your hotspot of your GPU, and also your memory temps as well, to make sure they're within what you'd expect for that GPU. I can't tell you what they should be, so you'd have to have a look on the internet because I don't know. But have a tinker with that and see if that does it. So this is where connector comes in. And obviously then disappears into the board, but it's just not. I'm hoping sometimes they just have like 2 pins what you can just bridge out, and it's clearly not. And there's nothing on that side of the board, which is going to help either. I don't use Adrenaline, so I don't. Maybe it does. A lot of these software do. I wouldn't have anything installed on my system which would even be able to tweak settings like that, because even with the things off, they can sometimes cause instability. I sometimes find that benchmarking doesn't crash it either. Have you done a disk scan? Have you used something like Crystal Disk Info on your drives to make sure all your drives are healthy? Have you checked that? And then I would try if you download OCCT, I've used it loads of times on mine. Run their VRM check, run their RAM check, and run their 3D checks as well. No, it's marker pen. Marker pen. So I know where the screws are going, Nick. I'm moonlighting. Yeah, I'm David Addison. Does everybody remember Moonlighting? David Addison, crikey. Let's give this some power again. So we've got our 90. I'm going to try and start it with these pins here.